Yes, continue to work on yourself, work on your finances and stuff like that. I see a lot of videos, a lot of single men taking vacation trips together, and there's nothing wrong with that, man. But at some point, you gotta settle down and be with a woman. You should want to settle down and be with a woman, man. You shouldn't be old with a dog, and you know what I'm saying, and pass away, or you know what I'm saying, fizzled out by yourself with a dog. You know, in the movies, the old grumpy man with the dog. You know what I'm saying? Yelling at kids, telling them to stay off his lawn and stuff like that. Sitting on his porch yelling at people. You don't want to be that guy, man. You know, there's nothing wrong with taking trips with your homies and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Having a good time, one night stands, and enjoying the nightlife, the night scenery, and different places in the world and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that. But who wants to be around men all day, every day? Like, there's a lot of dudes who just always hang around their homies. They playing ball with their homies. They working out with their homies. They going to the club with their homies. You even work with men. 9 times out of 10, if you don't own your own business, your boss is a man. So how much do you need to want to be around men and around testosterone? You know, why would you not want a woman, a feminine, fit, friendly woman, a woman that believes in God, that loves you? You know what I'm saying? Feeling all over your chest, laying her head on your chest, feeling all over your arms. Her eyes looking into your eyes. Why wouldn't you want that? Why wouldn't you want to go on trips with a female? Having great conversations with a female. You know what I'm saying? Trips, experiences with a female. You know what I'm saying? Especially a female that takes care of herself, man. Her body's in shape. She's beautiful. I know there are men that are happy being single. That's fine, man. But at some point, you should want companionship. You should want to, and even if you don't want to procreate, even if having kids is not your thing, you should still want to spend the rest of your life with a woman. We all got to go sometime, man. When I die, I want to die in my sleep. I want to die in my sleep next to my woman. Whether she goes or I go first, that's irrelevant. If it was up to me, I would have us both go at the same time in our sleep. But that's how I want to go, man. I don't want to die alone. I don't want to die single. No man should want to die alone. It's lonely, man. It's sad. And you know, there's nothing like seeing your woman in the kitchen in a thong or in those little booty shorts, and she's making you a nice hot breakfast, a nice hot lunch, a nice hot dinner, even just a sandwich. There's nothing like it. And then she brings it to you. She sits down next to you in the bed, brings you your sandwich, and then you put her arm around her, you put your hand on her side leg, and you relax and you eat your sandwich while watching your show. Man, there's no better feeling. Especially if you just had a hard day at work, especially if you just had a real gym session, you just killed it at the gym. It was a leg day. You destroyed your legs. You just showered. Now you dried off. Now you in bed. You be like, dang, man, I'm hungry. I gotta eat something, but I don't feel like getting up. Come on, fellas. We all been through it. We all been through those times. We just don't feel like getting up to get a glass of water, to make a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Just to if the remote's over there, damn, I feel like getting up to grab the remote. Doesn't it feel good to have a woman say, oh, I'll get it for you, babe. I got you. Come on, man. It's the little things. A lot of men are not thinking about the little things, man, that women do to make our lives easier. The beauty of a woman, man. I love women, man. I love the smell of a woman's head. Like, you ever smell this part of a woman's head? That's her most natural scent. I don't care how much not cologne. I don't care how much perfume, how much, shampoo, whatever she puts in her head. You get right here to around the crown area. Oh, man, there's no better smell. You may sound weird, man, but, man, I really love women. I love women. I love women's skin, man. I love feeling on women's thighs. Obviously, feeling on a woman's butt and stuff like that. But, man, a woman's thighs, running your fingers through her hair, her natural scent, her natural smell. I'm not going to say there's nothing better than it, but as far as in the physical realm, there's nothing that competes with a woman. A woman in her natural, beautiful form, man, and her natural full beauty. If you're a man or you have your finances together, you have your career together, you say you have everything, but one thing you may not have is your physique, work on it. Work on your physique. Your physique is everything. I'm pretty sure you see plenty of videos where dudes are talking about body game. Man, it is extremely important because your success and your finances, your money, it will garner her attention, but what will keep her attention and keep her into you is your physique, man. Having a nice physique. You don't got to walk around like some huge bodybuilder. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to be super, super lean, but find out what she's attracted to. It is your job to find out what the woman you're interested in is attracted to physically, just like she presents herself and she knows what you're attracted. If you met her, right, and she had a small waist and a nice fit butt, and then after about a year, 2 years, you know what I'm saying, her waist starts getting wider, she starts getting a gut, you know, her butt starts looking all sloppy. She's letting herself go, and she can't get mad at you if you say, listen, man, you gotta tighten up. You gotta put the fork down, you gotta get in the gym, or, you know, I don't know how long this is gonna work. She can't get mad at you because you met her a certain way. And she was supposed to stay the way you met her, to keep the attraction. You did not fall for this woman with this big gut and a sloppy butt. That's not what you fell for. That's a totally different person at that point. And the same thing goes for men. The way a woman met you is the way you need to stay. If she told you she was attracted to your body physically, and you as a man, men don't ask this. This is one thing you definitely have to ask a woman. See, men just think if a woman give them some butt or give them the number or they go on a date and they have a good time, they think that's it, man. You need to ask a woman, listen, what do you find physically attractive in a man? And then after that, she tells you, what do you find physically attractive in me? And then you'll know if she's really telling the truth or not. And then whatever that is, man, work on it. Work on it. Because you don't want her to cheat on a dude who has body game. And you just have sloppy game. Because that's what happens a lot, man, even in marriages. A lot of women won't cheat with a dude who has more money, more status. A lot of women will cheat with a dude who has a better body, who works out, who has a full chest, who has some arms on him, who has a nice back. You don't want to be that old, out-of-shape dude who's chasing after her nephew or her niece, you know what I'm saying, or chasing after your child at a cookout, and you pull a muscle in your lower back, or you pull a muscle in your hamstring because you're out of shape and you don't work out. You don't want to get to a point where you can't even barely bend down and tie your shoes because your gut's in the way. You don't want to get to that point. You should never get to that point as a man. This all ties in with not wanting to be single, because as a man, when you get to a certain point, man, when you reach your financial status, where you're like, man, I'm, you know, 6 figures. You know what I'm saying? I saved tons of money. I got my own home. I can afford to buy my home. My car's paid off. You know, I can afford to take care of a woman if I wanted to. I can afford a whole family. You don't want to get to that point and then you're just sloppy. You're weak. You can't even carry all the groceries in that one trip. You don't want to get to that point, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of men don't reach their full financial potential until they're in their like 40s to mid 40s. So in my opinion, it's never too late, but in my opinion, that's going to be a tough battle, man. That's going to be a tough uphill battle when you're in your 40s and you're trying to get in shape, depending on how far off you've gotten. That's why you want to do it now, while you're in your 20s, while you're in your 30s. You want to do it now, man. Make it a lifestyle. So by the time you hit your 40s, it doesn't feel like a chore. It's fun, it's easy, and you're not lifting heavy. Once you get to your 40s and stuff like that, you don't need to be lifting super heavy. You do that in your 20s and 30s, so now when you're in 40s, you just maintain it, man. You just maintaining your size, and you're staying lean, keeping the cuts, keeping the dryness. This is extremely important, fellas. If you're a single man right now, and you're working on your finances, man, also work on your physique. Also work on your eating habits. So when you one day do have a family, you have healthy eating habits that you can implement into your family, into your household, that you could put onto your future wife, put onto your future children. You want your kids to love fruits and vegetables because you love fruits and vegetables. What you eat and what your woman is eating during the pregnancy plays a huge part in what your child is going to like. I know a female right now, she's pregnant. She be eating Ben & Jerry's ice cream. She be drinking Cooladas. She be eating regular chocolate candy bars, Twix bars, and all this stuff. Still eating sweets, Dunkin' Donuts sweets. Fried chicken wings, pizza. And she pregnant. About to drop the baby in like a month. man, that baby's gonna be all messed up. And then a lot of these mothers, they give birth to their children, they wonder why their kids have ADHD. Why they develop cancer and they're like 3, 4 years old. You know what I'm saying? Barely even 10 years old. Barely even adolescents. Wonder why they have ADD. Wonder why they could barely see. No child as a kid should have glasses, especially if they weren't sitting in front of the TV, you know what I'm saying, most of their younger years. A lot of kids are 4 or 5 years old and they need glasses because their mothers weren't eating enough carrots, weren't eating enough vegetables. A lot of females aren't taking in enough iron. They're always cold. They're not eating enough red meat. The woman I just told you about that's pregnant, she definitely barely eats red meat. She needs to eat more. A lot of grass-fed beef, a lot of grass-fed steak. Listen, man, this all ties in. This all ties in to not wanting to be single forever. Because when you decide, all right, I'm ready to settle down, these are all the things you got to think about. Because I don't believe no man that's been grinding for most of his years, his 20s and 30s, and hits his 40s and reaches high financial potential. I don't believe that that a man like that is not gonna expect discipline in his life when it comes to his family, discipline from his female. At that age, you know what I'm saying, you're pretty much strict with the way you live your life. It's either my way or the highway, right? When you reach your financial potential in your 40s, there's no compromising. A woman has to get what you're playing, plain and simple. You've been grinding your whole younger years. You've been grinding to make it to this point to where you can settle down, and a woman has to be ready to go along with your plan, to fit with your agenda. So yeah, fellas, yes, work on your career, save your money and all this stuff like that. Get your credit right, but physique, body game. So when it's time to settle down, she is gonna be all over you, man. She can't keep her hands off of you, because not only are you a great financial provider, not only are you handsome in the face to her, but your body is on point, man. There be a lot of I see it, man. A lot of times, even at my job, man, there be these older white women, man. They be together on their phones and they be looking at dudes with nice physiques, and they be married. They be married. You know their husbands be out of shape. A lot of these dudes, man, these rich white women and these rich women, man, with these rich husbands, man, these dudes like golfing and stuff like that. They want to golf. Golfing is not an active sport, man. All you're doing is swinging. They don't want to work out. They're not taking long hikes and long walks and doing cardio. They're not doing sit-ups and working on their core, working on their abs. They got a beer belly, drinking beer a lot, eating whatever they want. They think just because they have the money, the success, they're providing for their wives, they done got 2 kids out of her. They think that it's all good. Oh, she won't leave me. She's good. I've been taking care of her for years. Nah, man, you never worked on your physique. You forgot about the physique. So this is extremely important, man. As a man, you don't want to be single forever. And when it's time for you to settle down, man, make sure your physique is on point, because a woman will choose a man with a better physique, even if his money isn't there. You know, you gotta understand, man. There's a lot of women who have their stuff together financially. There's a lot of women that are more well off than men, and women will settle with a dude who has a better physique, who really takes care of his body and stuff like that, over a dude who has money, lots of money and great credit, but his body looks like crap. She'll use him for a good time, for a fun time, just like men use women with BBLs for a fun time, but in the long run, she'll leave him for the man with the better physique. So if you agree with everything I said in this video, or there's something you didn't agree with, let me know in the comment section. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, man. I appreciate you all, man. We on the road to 4,000 subs, man. We are at like a little over 3,300. And I greatly appreciate the new subscribers. I greatly appreciate everybody commenting, man. It means a lot to me, man. I respond to every comment if I can. So thank you. I'll see you in the next one. Peace and love.